Well, the Katie Couric Show that airs just before us at 4 o'clock debuted on September 10th a year ago and was renewed for a second year in January.
Katie herself describes the show as a combination of the Oprah Winfrey Show and the Today Show. And using her hard news background and interviewing skills, she's trying to bring something different to daytime talk. It's the next stop on our unique visit to New York City.
Plus, up on 4 music. Katie records her show mornings in front of a live audience at the ABC studios on Manhattan's West Side. Whether she's interviewing Olympic athletes and their mothers,
or competing in a cooking contest with fellow talk show host Joy Behar,
there is no denying Katie Couric brings enthusiasm to every show, be it an afternoon talk show or on her previous roles on the NBC Today Show and then on the anchor desk of the CBS Evening News.
Coming from a hard news background, is it tough to make that shift, the entertainer?
Well, you know what? I'm not an entertainer. I'm a journalist first and foremost. I hope I'm a fairly entertaining journalist. But, you know, we tackle a lot of serious, important issues on the show. So I don't feel like I'm juggling or doing a song and dance every day. And we talk about eating disorders in men. We talk about sexual assault on college campuses. So it's not as much a shift as you might think. Some things, you know, we don't really get into. We probably wouldn't talk about Syria or get in too much detail about the government shutdown. And sometimes I miss covering news. But having said that, you know, we don't shy away from important, serious topics at all.
how did your time on the CBS Evening News as the main anchor prepare you for this kind of a role?
Obviously, that was a huge responsibility, a lot of scrutiny on me as the first female solo anchor of an evening newscast. And I think, you know, journalism, good journalism is sort of a continuum. You know, it has certain elements, good storytelling, important characters, things that matter, making it relatable and accessible to the viewer. So I think whether I was on the Today Show or CBS or now doing this talk show, I think those themes really have remained constant.
It wasn't hard for Katie to answer when we asked her to pick out the one story she covered that stands out above all the rest.
As Matt just mentioned, we have a breaking news story to tell you about. Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center here in New York City. At 9/11, I have never felt my job was so important because the world seemed to be falling apart around us. It was so frightening. And as an American and as a human being, I was terrified as well. But I had to somehow keep my wits about me and really keep the country informed of what was going on in real time. I think that was probably the most challenging assignment of my career.
Another defining moment of her career was Katie's interview with then vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin for the CBS Evening News.
What newspapers and magazines did you regularly read before you were tapped for this to stay informed and to understand the world?
I've read most of them, again, with a great appreciation for the press, for the media.
But like what one specifically? I'm curious that you...
all of them, any of them that have been in front of me over all these years.
Some would say it changed the campaign.
Well, I think it did, I think, portray her in a way that made some people feel uncomfortable. You know, in the course of that interview, I thought, I am the messenger. I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to just let her have the floor. And even afterwards, I thought, well, people who really liked her would still really like her and support her. There was a critical mass of undecided voters who just weren't completely committed either way. And I think for some of those voters, perhaps, it helped them form their ultimate decision.
On the day we visited, Katie was taping a segment with the celebrity chefs from the show Chopped as they decide who wins the cooking contest. We couldn't help but notice Katie's brand new engagement ring. Congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
Can we
so
see
much.
your ring?
Yes, of course, of course.
Oh, Katie, look at that.
My hands are not very attractive. I always forget to put lotion on them, but
that is
my
beautiful.
fiance John did such a nice job. I think it's really beautiful.
He picked it out
all
himself?
by himself. He got very little help, and it was very cute. He kind of got a book and educated himself about it. But the cool thing about this ring is that he got it from a jeweler that I actually know because I borrow jewelry from them when I have to go to black tie events. And he went to there and he said, "That's Katie's ring."
Do you have a date set?
No, he texted me the other day. He said, "Hey, Couric," that's what he calls me, so romantic. Couric, when you get a chance or when you have time, maybe you can figure out when we're going to get married. And I was like, I'll get back to you on
Squeeze
that.
it in.
Yeah, so probably next summer.
Congratulations.
Well, it's so nice to meet
Continued
you.
success with the program.
Thank you so much. It's great to meet you both.
Thanks for your
Thank you,
hospitality.
Katie.
Come back
That's so
anytime.
generous.
We
of you.
will.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
All right.
She was very, very warm.
Very warm, yeah. She has 2 daughters. Her daughter, Ellie, is 17, and she's graduating from high school this year, so she wants to put the wedding off until that. And her daughter, Carrie, is 22, and she's in Los Angeles and working in television production.
Trying to make it in the show business.
Yeah.
And you can see who won that Chopped competition
Oh, that's a great
tomorrow on the Katie Couric Show. That segment will air tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a terrific show.
It was fun.